told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
Like, they raid your crib, and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. Like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Recent reports suggest that YNW Melly may be facing the death penalty, but he is not amenable to it. For those who haven't been told, the case's present course is making things dismal despite Melly and his legal team's best attempts to ensure his existence. Jamal Demons, also known as YNW Melly, has been under a lot of pressure and in jail for a while now after being accused of killing two of his closest friends, Anthony YNW Sack Chaser Williams and Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas Jr. Talking about mistrials, courtroom arguments, and lost evidence for what feels like a lifetime. But things are getting out of hand as fears that the death penalty would be resurrected following his arrest in 2019 continue to mount. While Melly has been incarcerated for 6 years minus 2,159 days to be exact, prosecutors have been using every tool at their disposal to try and without success. They are presenting themselves as being personally committed to make sure he doesn't ever go again. Then a new judge entered the case just when everyone believed it couldn't go much further in a wild direction. This judge is serious. After reviewing the case and determining how long Melly had been there, he instructed the prosecutors to provide a valid reason for YNW Melly's continued incarceration, failing which he will revoke the bond. The prosecution mentioned King Von because they knew they had to find a solution quickly.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie.
This appears to be guilt by association when you break it down. Let's just ponder for a minute. What if Melly had consulted Vaughn when Vaughn was still here for guidance on how to deal with his predicament with YNW Sack? They're trying to associate Vaughn with Melly, claiming that their relationship somehow renders him dangerous. This is what Vaughn said to YNW Jew and Chaser. You can certainly anticipate what kind of counsel Vaughn would have offered, given his intensity, which we already know. There's a rumor circulating that a rogue member of O Block suggested Melly spoke with Van about his two buddies prior to everything going wrong. Melly informed King Von.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Go out the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around?
Here's the thing. An LLC was a registered firm owned by Melly and his people, including Borland. The money they earned from promotions, products, and performances was split among the 4 members of YNW. Melly reportedly complained that Sack Chaser and Juvie were financially pressuring him and the prosecution, according to these people with knowledge of the issue. Cultivate a crafty scumbag. To bolster their allegations, the prosecution obtained receipts that purportedly admitted to sending a text message from Melly's phone mere hours after everything went wrong. According to the allegations, Chaser and Juvie should have received 25% of Melly's show money apiece, which is a significant sum of money. According to the prosecution, the tension began because Melly refused to give up that cut.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHH.
They then posted a Facebook Live video of Melly and Borland having a blast in a parking lot 6 hours later that they had saved. They were grinning, dancing, and displaying no signs of stress or grief for their dead loved ones.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! still turn, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Not to be outdone, Melly's legal team replied by bringing up text conversations between Melly and his ex-girlfriend Mariah that demonstrated his immediate response when everything went wrong. They also provided GPS data showing Melly was hiding in a bush and racing down the street, thus indicating that he was also a victim and just made it out of a confrontation with some other crew.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Zach and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
The defense pointed out that no weapon was ever found, which further exposed serious weaknesses in the prosecution's case.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this information because I don't know what...
But the judge wasn't going to miss anything in spite of everything. The prosecution truly went all out and supplied solid evidence when he asked for one further piece of evidence to ensure that all the facts were covered before acting. Melly and his two friends were riding in the Jeep that night when they were taken from the scene, and they even brought back video from the prior trial, where Sergeant Williams inspected the vehicle and ran a number of tests, finding with perfect certainty that this was not a drive-by.
3. From the driver's side back seat.
As to not think Christopher Thomas, where did that come from?
Driver's side back seat.
Okay.
My determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that.
The shot originated from the rear left seat of the vehicle, according to Sergeant Williams. This was no ordinary street encounter. It took place inside a car, and you can obviously guess where this is headed if Melly was in that seat. YNW Juvie's mother was summoned to the stand by the prosecutors, who weren't done yet, and she confirmed the exact identities of those there that night.
Your full legal name for the jury?
Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the victims in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother,
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Things get extremely twisted up at this point. There are now further charges of witness manipulation, and Melly's close friend, YNW Melly, is also facing criticism in this case. How did it start, and how has the problem progressed? According to people with knowledge of the matter, Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah Hamilton is allegedly to blame for everything. One of the few individuals who might truly be aware of what transpired, and numerous media publications claim that the feds started looking through her iCloud after they supposedly found something suspicious. They believe Melly was pressured to remain silent and avoid testifying, which is a major problem if that is true. Witness tampering carries a life sentence and is a serious violation regardless of the outcome of the initial case.
You have an opportunity to read the statement you gave in 2018.
I read the statement.
Okay.
I don't recall, I don't remember anything from that statement, but I do remember my deposition.
Deposition that would have been 6 months ago?
Yes.
Okay. I want to go, and when you spoke, you remember speaking with law enforcement in December of 2018?
I remember speaking with them, but I don't remember what they look like, I don't remember their names, but I do remember talking to someone.
Okay, so Ms. Holmes, I want to ask you, were you honest and truthful with law enforcement when you spoke with them?
I would hope so. I mean, it was 2018, I went through a lot during that year, so I'm not sure where my mindset was at that time.
Did you lie to law enforcement?
I would hope not. I don't remember what I said back. It was like 5 years ago.
Oh, of course. I understand it's been a long time. So in terms of the time frame, that was closer in time to the incident of October 26th of 2018?
If that's where you guys are saying it is.
You don't even remember?
I don't remember. I said 2018 was a very hard year for me. My husband just went to prison. My father died. I had a lot going on, so I was really out of it.
Okay. And in terms of your conversations with the police officers that morning?
Yes. I do remember that they kind of bullied me and threatened my daughter to take her to jail for accessory after that.
But from this point on, things get stranger. As it happens, Maria's mother made a statement at the first trial saying she was on the phone with YNW Melly soon after the claimed incident, but she then modified it to say she wasn't in the right frame of mind at the time. Due to Maria's full absence from the initial trial, a warrant for her arrest was issued. According to reports, she left the country to dodge it, but when she returned on January 26, officials discovered her sliding.
Why we haven't seen you or heard from you?
You guys haven't seen or heard from me because I'm currently wanted. I've tried to get the warrant lifted many times, but it's just been like a constant battle with my lawyer and the prosecutor. So I just been, laying low trying to get the warrant lifted before I could even come in and, speak my part.
Let's talk about that. So, and by the way, you are in your lawyer's office.
I was in shock. I was in disbelief. I didn't think it was true. I thought it wasn't true at all until I actually came down there and found out about it.
Who told you, or how'd you find out?
Don't answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the police are the ones that told you the story.
Huh?
It was the police who told you about the incident.
Right, yeah.
So
I found out through the police, yeah.
They came to you and told you. And what was your reaction? Were you just shocked? Did you break down into tears? Did you say what's happening?
Yeah, I was crying. I was terrified. I was scared. I was scared for everybody in the situation.
There's been a lot of back and forth that he had communicated to you about it and said that he was there, that it was a drive-by. Is that not true?
wait a second. Mariah, Mariah's position just...
Yes, it's complex, but it's not finished. YNW Melly was allegedly trying to regulate her speech by using coded language, which Judy's father supposedly found out about. We're talking about the entire 9-way process of notes being handed through middlemen. He allegedly used code names to refer to Rocky's baby mom, Rihanna, and Maria when talking about her involvement in all of this. He started researching and spoke with individuals to try to piece things together because his father wasn't going to just sit back and take what he was hearing.
This kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person, and then that person.
Saying like to me, they're going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah's mom. They was using code words like Rihanna, and they said Rocky's baby mom.
Just when you think it can't get any weirder, it does. Borland is currently in a bind after the federal government raided his place and allegedly found some very interesting documents in a suitcase. Borland is said to have included thorough notes on every juror from Melly's first trial, including their names and physical characteristics on those records.
Defendant YNW Borland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly...
It's unclear exactly what he had in mind, but let's be honest, this doesn't seem good. If proven guilty, YNW Melly and Bortland might both be given life terms, according to DJ Academics, who also said that this was a damaging move.
For real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy shit. Like, come to God. It's like doing and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of them is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Melly might be executed if he is found guilty, according to sources, as Donald Trump has pledged to bring back the death penalty. There are differing views on this topic online. A commenter questioned why trial dates are always being rescheduled, pointing out that they have enough time to complete the case in a week and figure out why it is taking so long. In all honesty, that is a good point. 6 years of. Another commenter said, they are intentionally leaving this man in jail illegally. You don't have anything against him, so release him. How do you feel about the entire situation? In your opinion, is YNW Melly being treated unfairly, or is justice just taking his time? Please leave a comment below with your opinions. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel.